Magandang araw, ako po si Sir Ariel, ang ALS lover ng EdTech Unit. Narito po ako para sa isang napakagandang balita at upang magpaalala na ang kinabukasan ay mas gaganda at uunlad kung ang lahat ay patuloy na mag-aaral. Sa edukasyon sa ating bansa, tiyak na walang maiiwanan sa pag-abot ng mga pangarap. Kaya naman ang Department of Education ICT's Educational Technology Unit at Alternative Learning System Task Force ay nagtutulungan sa pagkakaroon ng ALS Tech Empowerment Program upang maihatid ang excellent quality education sa ating mga ALS learner and teachers. To easily deliver the lessons from the modules and other references, we will provide tablet PC as part of the DepEd computerization program to all ALS teachers and orientation on the use of these packages. To deepen the pedagogical use of information and communications and technology in delivering instructions, there are training workshops on the use and curation of open educational resources or OER, Google and Microsoft productivity tools, creation of video lessons using PowerPoint presentations and KineMaster, and on ebook or e-magazine development. To create an avenue for remedial lessons that is open to all learners, teachers, and parents, we will have the ETUlay free online tutorial and mobile ETUlay, where we will visit remote schools to feature the best practices of our ALS teachers and learners. Sa mga out-of-school youth and adult, laging tatandaan na may pag-asa upang makapagpatuloy sa pag-aaral. May ALS para sa inyo. Ang edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad. Si ALS Learner JC is a proof that life offers second chances. Nagkakamali pero naitatama at patuloy tayo to dream, set our goals, work hard for it, stick to it until we reach the success and the happiness that we hope for. Ako po muli si Sir A, ang inyong ALS coach dito lang sa Alternative Learning System sa DepEd TV.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICT's EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na! Tara na!
Hello, good evening everybody. Kamusta? Welcome to another episode of our ALS LS1 English class. Meron tayong shoutout muna natin yung top 1 natin ngayon sa mga viewers. We have Nina Palacol. Ito yun, very active na ALS learner natin. Taga saan nga si Nina? Saan nga ang school? Under Sir Chadi ba ito? Nina or kay Ma'am Maria? Hi Nina! Hello, good evening sa mga nanonood ngayon. Salamat sa pagsama sa akin until 7 o'clock. Ay, nandito na si Reduban. Good evening po. Watching from San Isidro Elementary School, Taytay Rizal under Ma'am Kunev. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa rin nakakalimutan ko pa rin yung pag-pronounce sa teacher, ma'am. Kay Ma'am Choco na lang. Kay Ma'am Choco. Good evening, Ma'am Choco, if you're watching. Very active po ang inyong mga learners. At dito po talaga sila every Monday from 5 kay Sir LJ pa lang, kay Tutor LJ, kina Tutor Len, hanggang sa pag alas 7 hanggang sa amin ni Tutor Sam. Good evening po. Ako po yung makakasama ninyo for today. Then next week, after Holy Week siguro, you will be with Tutor Sam or with together, the two of us. Kasi bibigay kami ng award sa mga very active, and nandito na Sir Yermia, very active na mga learners natin, ALS learners. Gusto ko kaming dalawa ni Tutor Sam present. So next week, together with Tutor Sam, we will give certificates para sa ating mga deserving ALS learners na every Monday, not only Monday, from Monday to Friday, nandyan yan. After sa mga gawa-gawa nila during the day, nandito sila sa ating ETUlay. Thank you, Yermia, Reduban, Nina, Joy Santos. Good evening also an ALS student. From Maria, I am Maria Joan S. Edora from San Antonio National High School, Parañaque, with, of course, Mr. Richard Villanueva. Happy watching and stay safe kayo din, okay? Hello po, Nina. Okay, Las Piñas North under kay Ma'am Maria, Ma'am Kikosa. Good evening, everybody. Salamat sa inyo, mga active viewers natin. So today, we will be talking about something new. Medyo tapos na tayo sa mga words, mga synonyms and antonyms, mga homonyms and homophones. So, punta tayo sa may medyo more on application, more on more on interaction na. So, we will be arranging our next activity with Tutor Sam. So hopefully, kapag dalawa na kami, magpag-conduct kami ng it's a mock interview with, of course, with you all. So paplanuhin pa namin ni Tutor Sam paano namin gagawin yung interview na kasama kayo. Okay? So for today, we will be talking about the interview. Okay? Sino ba yung naka-interview na sa inyo? Yes, DS5. Hi, good evening, DS. Nandito na si DS5. Nandito yung mga mga ALS active learners the whole week. Hindi lang sa Monday pa lang, hanggang sa Friday yan, mga active na mga ALS learners natin. The interview. Sino sa inyo ang na-interview na? May I know? Can you comment your answer? Sino sa inyo na-interview na? Who have gone an interview already? Sino na na-interview? Any kind of interview. Okay? Later, you will know, may mga kinds pala or mga types pala ng interview meron tayo. So, of course. So, later, you will learn how to identify the types of interview. Ano bang ginawang interview sa'yo? Okay? So, tingnan natin. Sino bang na-interview na sa inyo at anong klaseng interview yon? Para saan yon? What is the purpose? What was the purpose of that interview? Anybody? Si Joy, na-interview na ba? Si Reduban, na-interview ka na, nak? Nina? Yes? Sino na-interview na? May I see in the comment section? Anong klaseng interview? Interview sa daan? Yes, still an interview. Malay mo, may nag-survey pala sa daan, tapos in-interview ka. Ikaw yung nakita na pwedeng i-interview. Diba? Interview pa rin yun. Okay? Later, you will find out the exact definition of interview. Okay? So, yes po, ma'am. So, work, yes. Sa work. Very important kasi employers, most of the employers do not know you. So, for them to know the applicant, they'll have to interview. Hindi pwedeng through your papers, through your resume lang makikita nila kung sino ka. So after sending their resume, so the employer will be calling for an interview to the applicants. Work interview, yes, okay? I'm very glad, no, kasi maranghalo sa inyo lahat ng mga AL students. Yan, getting personal info and skills, okay? Nagtatrabaho kayo, at the same time you are studying. Kaya I salute to that time management you do every day. Oo, Nina, sabi niya, work. Nagluluto pa yan ng hapunan. Usually, si Redoban yun. Sa si Redoban. Okay. Naghahanda ng dinner, but still, nakaka-comment at nakaka-interact pa rin sa ating klase every Monday. Okay, so we'll be talking about interview. But before that, these are our targets for this evening. Describe what an interview is. Okay? Kasi not only defining what an interview is, but you should know you should know how to describe the interview that was done unto you. Okay, paano ka interview? Para saan yung interview? Okay, identify the purposes of interviews. What are the purposes of interviews? Okay? Bakit nga ba nag-interview ang isang tao? Bakit nga ba siya ini-interview? Okay? Opo, ma'am, nagluluto pa. Ayan, paghati niya sa Radoban. Pero very active pa rin yan sa comment. Nakakatuwa talaga yan. Okay, look at this. This is a typical example of interview. Especially for those who have not experienced yet to be interviewed. You look at Rudy. Hey, Rudy, the U.S. Embassy called. You are scheduled for an interview next Tuesday. Sabi ng kuya. Sabi ni Rudy, an interview? What's that, Kuya? Is it really important? Of course, Kuya said. An interview is where someone asks you questions regarding your application. Okay? Have you ever been interviewed? Sabi niya, many times. Many times na pala siya in-interview eh. People get interviewed for different, si Kuya ang many times na. People get interviewed for different reasons. I got interviewed when I applied for a job. It helped my employer evaluate whether I am fit for the job I applied for or not. Okay? So that's why you got a good job. I should prepare for this interview then. I wouldn't want my visa denied. Okay? You should. That is, if you really want to get that visa, will you help me, Kuya? Of course. That's a conversation between siblings, brothers. Okay? So they're talking about an interview. Okay? Simple recall of the dialogue that we have just read. Okay? An interview is what? A, B, or C? An interview is what? A, B, or C? Based on what? Based on the dialogue that we have just read. Opo. Yes, tutor sa work po. Ay, Joy Santos. Yes, very good. Tutor sa work. Okay. An interview is what? Letter? What letter? Warm up lang ito ha. Warm up ko na para kahit pa paano ma-exercise kayo. An interview is letter B. Formal meeting and discussion with someone to get more information. So, more on information talaga kapag mag-interview ka because you want to know something. Okay, number 2. Go back to the dialogue. Rudy needs to be interviewed because or for what? Okay? Needs to be interviewed. Ano yon? Letter. Number 2, letter. Jermia, that's correct. Number 1, letter B. Rudy needs to be interviewed. What is the answer? Letter. Number 2 is letter D regarding his visa application. Very good, Reduban. Interviews involve a series of what? Number 3. What is the answer? That's correct, Mia. Number 3 is letter C of questions and answers from the interviewer and interviewer respectively. Very good. Number 4, Lito was interviewed when? Si Kuya. Lito was interviewed when? Number 4. Number 4 is letter. What is number 4? Letter. Parang mahina ang mga wifi. Letter A, when he applied for a job. Ay, mga keyboard warriors natin. Minsan hindi kayo kasama ang wifi kahit mga warriors sa keyboard eh. Okay, 10, that's letter. Number 4 is letter A. That's correct. Okay, next. Okay, what is an interview pala? Okay, what is an interview? An interview is a formal meeting or a discussion with someone to get more information. Okay, information talaga ang pinakauna. Kaya ka nga magtanong eh, kasi gusto mo, may tanong ka, gusto mo ng sagot. Okay, you interview. If it's a series of questions, then that's already interview. Pag isa lang, question lang yon. Pag marami na, smari, yung kapitbahay mo, isang question lang. Pag marami na, hindi na, interview na talaga yun. Okay? But it's a series of questions. Usually it's a formal meeting or a discussion. I mean, pwede namang hindi formal. Yes, it could be informal meeting. Pero when we say interview, that's something formal because we will be talking about the word interview is really applicable for a sit-down encounter or discussion between an interviewer and interviewee. Okay? So, it could be one person or many, pwede din nun. Or one-on-one, okay? Interview. Para siyang podcast na type. Okay? There are types of interview. One is selection. Two is informative. Ito yung pinaka-common. Number 3 is problem solving. And number 4 is persuasive. Ay, marami palang types ng interview. Ang pinaka-common talaga natin is selection and informative. Okay? What include the selection interview? Tingnan natin. Okay? Anong meron sa isang selection interview? Okay? Selection interview is from the word select, of course, to choose from. Okay? The many applicants may be. Okay? It could be an college entrance exam interview. It could be a bank loan interview. It could be a job interview. Okay? Selection. Kinakandak ang interview na to select from the pool of applicants maybe. From the pool of the people, from the choices. Okay? So, college entrance interview, isa yan. Promotion interview. Okay? Promotion, promote ka. Or hindi lang tayo punta sa promotion, yung mag-apply ka na lang for a job. Job interview for positions such as bank teller, nurse, secretary, carpenter, and plumber. And many others. Parang lahat ng papasukin mong trabaho, may interview yon. Kahit mag-part-time ka muna sa McDonald's, mag-part-time ka sa karinderya, mag-part-time ka sa isang bodega, in-interview ka. Kasi nga, most of the employers do not know the applicants. Kailangan nilang kilatisin. Mas makita nila yung character ng tao kapag kausap nila mismo. Okay? So, pwede din online interview, pwede din mangyari yun, especially sa ating time na to, dito kasagsagan ng pandemic. So, may online interview tayo, it's still a selection interview. Kapag ini-interview ka sa trabaho, pag ini-interview ka pagdating mo ng college, pag entrance interview, kapag in-interview ka to go abroad, when you plan to go abroad, that's what you call a selection interview. Okay ha? So yung pinaka-common. Magtrabaho ka sa SM, ay naku, ang laki ng points ng interview. Kahit saan naman talaga ang laki ng points ng interview. Kaya very important na when you will be interviewed, you should be at your best version of yourself. No, matulog ng maaga, wag magpuyat before interview kasi nakakapraning 'yon kapag ini-interview ka na medyo lutang, okay? Dapat focus. Dapat may concentration ka during the interview kasi nakasalalay yung ina-applyan mo yan, especially pag hire na. Pag OFW, kapag higher position na, kapag gusto mo yung job na yon, kaya pinapaghandaan yan. Okay? So, it's very normal to get nervous before the interview. Lahat naman talaga ata naninervyos eh. Especially of course, you know that the person who will interview you is of course higher. Maybe the employer himself, maybe the owner of the company himself or herself. Kaya nakaka-nervyos. That's normal. But you'll have to overcome that feeling of, alam mo yun, yung feeling of parang nakakatakot. Paano? Mag-mock interview ka. Dapat may mock interview ka sa bahay. Interviewin mo nga ako, kunwari sometimes kasi di natin ma-feel kasi alam natin, friend lang natin nag-interview or family lang. At least you will be reminded, you will be reviewed with the possible questions. Tingnan mo yung mga pageants, yung mga question and answer portion. Yung mga questions doon, just ko isang notebook yan, minsan binimemorize yan ng mga candidates para pang prepare sa possible questions during the pageant. Okay? Parang 1,000 questions, isa lang ang pwedeng mapunta sa'yo. Okay? Paghandaan mo talaga. There's no other way to get rid of your fear for the interview except to practice. Practicein mo. So, kuwari, doon ka sa mirror mo. Kuwari, ni-interview ka, dapat tingnan mo yung itsura mo doon sa mirror, how you project, and of course, how you answer the questions. Dapat mag-advance ka ng mag-jot down ka ng mga questions before you will be interviewed. Possible questions. Saan ko yun makukuha? Of course, sa mag-research ka. You ask your teachers, of course. Teachers know possible questions during the interview. Pag may friend ka naman ni teacher o magpaturo ka, kunwari si teacher yung employer. Okay? So, selection interview. Nakaka-excite at the same time nakakatakot. Pero, again, kahit master na sa mga interviews, kinakabahan pa rin. Kaya normal lang yung kinakabahan kayo. Just overcome it through practice. Okay? Next. Look at this. Parang ito yung selection interview. Why do you want to work in Saudi Arabia, Pablo? Kasi minsan, kahit in selection interview, kahit sobrang namang easy yung question, minsan nabablock out pa rin tayo. Kasi especially pag wala kang practice. Okay? Julie B. Alcaraz, Kaiwan, hi, good evening. Okay, so minsan nakakawala siya kasi sobrang dali ng question. I think it will give me an opportunity to earn more money and provide for my family better. Okay? So itong mga common questions ay dapat pina-familiarize mo na yan before the interview. Huwag kang pumunta sa interview na wala kang weapon, wala kang bala sa weapon mo. Okay? Dapat equipped ka. Dapat ina-advance mo na yung possible questions so that will be given to you. Okay? Yan. Have you ever been involved in a selection interview? What kind of selection interview was it? I already asked this before we started, right? So, si Raduban, sino ba yun? Si Nina. Nakaka-nervous. Eyes to eyes talaga, correct? Kung tumingin sa nag-interview, that's correct. Totoo yan. Especially kapag employer ka, kailangan nakatingin talaga sa eyes sa ini-interview. Kaya, huwag kang lilihis sa kapag ini-interview ka, dapat titingin ka din sa employer kasi delikado yun kapag hindi ka nakatingin sa employer. Okay? Dapat nakatingin ka sa employer. Okay? So, eyes to eyes. Okay? Kasi that's a sign of sincerity. Okay? Sa lahat ng pinagsasabi mo. Okay? So, tapat ka sa sinagsasabi mo. Okay? So, nakaka-nervous, no? Pero, practice lang yun. Okay? The second type of interview is information gathering interview. Okay? Ginagawa niyo to sa mga research niyo. No? Yung mga survey or mga survey ng NSO, no? Mga nagbabahay-bahay, ilan kayo dito sa bahay? O ganyan, ilan ang bata, ilan ang matanda. That's information gathering interview, okay? This is designed to obtain facts opinions, feelings, attitudes, reasons for certain actions. It is commonly used by journalists who ask government officials to talk about specific issues. Okay? One is, example is surveys, polls during elections. Okay? Nowadays, very common sa mga polls kung sino yung bet na presidents or senators or vice president. It is very common to nowadays. Survey also, exit interviews when people are about to leave their current jobs. Kaya yung mga established companies, they do not let their employees just resign. Nag-resign, wala na, tapos na yung mga very established interviewers, very established companies, they always have this exit interview para malaman kung bakit ka alis or what are your future plans outside this company. Ganun yan ha, exit interviews. This is also very important para magkaroon ka ng closure with that company and to build also a relationship, hindi ka nag-burn ng bridge with that company. Kaya exit interview is very important. Kaya puntahan mo yung exit interview na yan, kahit pa-exit na yan. Okay? Puntahan mo para kahit paano ay maganda ang yung pag-alis mo doon sa company na yon. Okay? Wag lang yung hindi ka na nakikita ng company, absent ka ng absent, tapos wala na yan, agad-agad. Hindi ganun ha. So, magpa-interview ka kung may magkakandak ng exit interview. Okay? Next is research interviews by students like you, mga grade 10, mga grade 12. Ayan, busy na yan sa mga research nila kasi pa fourth quarter na eh. Okay? So, gagawin nila yung research, yung thesis nila before they graduate. Okay? Sa mga research interviews. Not only students, but also sa mga science, mga agencies, may nagkakandak din sila ng interview. Okay. Of course, one common example of information gathering interview is police interviews. Okay? Especially pag may incident, so in-interview yung mga tauhan, mga characters in that incident. Okay? So that is conducted, the interview is conducted to get information kung ano yung nangyari. So isang side, dalawang sides dapat yan. Okay? Dalawang sides of the story. Okay? Kuhanan mo yung victim, kuhanan mo din yung suspect. Something like that. So, hindi pwedeng isa lang. Dapat dalawa parate. Okay? Police interviews. Information gathering. Look at this. Can you describe the suspect who snatched your bag this morning? That is information kasi kukuhanan mo siya ng information, data. Okay? He has dark skin, is probably 5 feet tall, and he has some kind of a scar across his face. Okay, Aldrin Ramos, hi, from Parañaque National High School, of course, kay Sir Chadi, kay Sir Richard. Hi, good evening. Okay, he has dark skin, is probably 5 feet tall. Ito yung mga questions ng mga police stations. Kaya yung interviewers sa police stations, napaka-master na nila yung mga art of questioning. Na pag ikaw yung suspect, mahuhuli ka talaga with their art of questioning. Yan ang next topic natin, next meeting with Tutor Sam. Okay? So, marang 3 weeks natin itong bunuin yung the interview. Ito is just the introduction of the whole thing about interview. Okay? Have you ever been stopped on the street and asked questions for a survey? Sa mga mall. Minsan sa mga mall, may pwede magtanong, 3 questions lang. Okay? Pwede din magtanong ng, may credit card ka na ba? Something like that. Di ba naka-encounter na kayo niyan sa mga mall? Or, usually yung mga credit card, may credit card ka naman, tapos they will offer credit card kapag meron ka na, especially pag meron ka ng credit card, they will offer credit cards to you. If you have, what was the survey about? Have interviewers ever visited your home for a census? If they have, what kind of information are they looking for? Yung census, very common din also, ha? Kasi yung mga taga-DSWD ba yun? Yung mga taga-NSO, of course, they go from house to house para, of course, makikita yung ilan ang nakatira sa bahay na to. Kasi that's very important in our society. Kaya dapat alam ng government kung ilan ang tao sa Pilipinas. Kaya informative interview is conducted. Okay? Inaira Salatgam. Hi, good evening. Good evening from Ma'am Choco also. Classmate ka ni Reduban, no? Inaira Salatgam. Also, Sharon Marie Tikman. Hi, good evening, Sharon. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, the third type of interview is problem solving. Okay? Ito sa mga barangay-barangay. Conducted when a problem concerning two or more people needs to be settled. Okay? Nag-away, nag-conflict. O, dapat interviewin mo. I-solve natin yung problema. May problema sila eh. Nakaranas na po ako sa mall. Nung nasa mall ako nag-work. Tapos doon ka, anong interview sa'yo, Reduban? O, naka-experience na daw siya sa mall. Nung nasa mall din siya nag-work. Anong in-interview sa iyo? Okay? Okay? This can also be used to gather suggestions for a solution. Okay? An example of this could be a barangay captain meeting with the members of his or her community to solve their garbage problems. This type of interview can be used for problems like a decrease in the number of clients or sales of a company. Bakit nga ba bumababa ang sales natin? So, mag-study, mag-research, so magkakandak ng interview. Hindi naman pwedeng makuha mo lang yung data. Bakit ba bumaba ang sales natin sa March at saka sa February? Bakit nga ba? So, kailangan mo mag-interview ng mga tao. Bakit po kaya bumaba ang sales natin? So, it could be yung employees mo, could be yung mga tao, yung mga suki mo. Bakit nga ba? Baka medyo bawas ang sweldo. Nagbabayad pa sa mga utang nung December. So, something like that. So, one purpose of interview is to solve a problem. Okay? Hindi lahat ng interview parang chika lang. Dapat ang interview ay may mas valuable, mas meaningful na purpose sa ating society interview, ha? It could be a computer breakdown in an office. Bakit ba nag-breakdown bakit ba tayo lang ang may brown out? Bakit nga ba nasira yung mga computers natin? So kakandak ng interview. Meron pa lang sino yung last person, sino yung baka nakasagi ng wire. Hospital patients puzzling symptoms. Pag hindi nakukuha ng doktor ang anong exact sakit ng patient. Okay? So, you notice kapag if you experience this, punta ka sa ospital, tapos parang doktor hindi alam kung ano talagang sakit mo, ang dami ng series of questions. Kasi nga, meron siyang gustong isolve. Okay? If it's puzzling, hindi niya maintindihan kung ano talaga nararamdaman mo, expect that doctor will conduct series of questions. So that's still an interview, ha? Kahit nga pakuha tayo ng mga CBC, yung mga what do you call this? Yung mga lang common natin, yung mga annual check-up natin, interview ka para talaga, ha? So that's an interview. How long have you had this problem regarding your breathing, Mr. Lopez? It started last week, right after our basketball game. That's part of problem solving. Kasi, okay? This one is very common. May persuasive interview pala. Okay? A persuasive interview is used when you want to change how a person thinks, feels, or acts. Anong pinaka-common ng scenario ng persuasive interview? Okay? Punta ka sa palengke. Tapos may mga makukulit na brothers and sisters natin sa palengke. Siyempre, gusto nilang makabenta. Okay? So, gusto nilang makabenta. Anong hanap nyo? Okay? So, sometimes, minsan, hindi tayo hindi natin in-entertain. Kasi ang dami nila, same question. Okay? Ma'am, dito ka na po. Dito ka na anong hanap nyo po, ma'am? Galunggong? Dito, ma'am. Anong pong hanap nyo? Example, you're looking for galunggong, fresh galunggong. Sabi ko, galunggong. Oh, dito na kayo, ma'am. Very fresh ito. Kaya, very typical example of persuasive interview is nasa palengke. Or sometimes sa mall. Okay? Ma'am, gaano ka na katagal may credit card, pwedeng ganon. Pwede ding, ma'am, gumagamit ka ba nito? Yan, persuasive, pang-convince. Okay? Persuasive means to convince, to attract customers. Nag-interview po sila if SSS na po ba kami? Okay. Then yung iba po nag-interview ng mga students, bali projects nila din. Oo, tama yun. Yeah, kasi parang part of eradicating contract, yung mga contractual. So nagka-conduct sila. Dapat talaga may SSS benefits lahat ng mga employees. Kaya, okay. Now I understand, Reduban. Di ko naisip yan. may nagkakandak pala ng interview kung may SSS na. Okay? Sana all of you mga students natin, may SSS na rin kayo. May pag-ibig. Pag-ibig na hinuhulugan. At of course, pag-ilove. Pag-ibig. Okay? Interviews for fundraising. Sa malls din, meron din tayong mga UNICEF. Okay? Minsan nag-offer, especially this is also of course for children, So, surveys for an election, election candidate, and recruitment of an organization. Okay? May grupo ka na ba, especially sa school, no? May grupo ka na ba? So, that is still part of interview. Kaso nga lang, the purpose of this interview is to convince you, to attract you, to join something or to join in an organization, or pwede ding interview, ano ka na ba, decided ka na ba sa, what do you call this, bets mo for the election. Kung hindi pa, so sometimes you are interviewed just for them to convince you kung sino yung dapat iboto. Okay? So interviews for fundraising also. Okay? Just to collect, okay? To gather funds para sa isang important cause. Okay? That's persuasive interview. Okay? Are you aware of the benefits of joining this cooperative? Question yan. Especially kapag mag-join ka sa napakagandang cooperative, co-op. Okay? I'm not really sure. Pag sasabihin ng interviewee niya na, hindi pa ako sure, but I was told it can help me start a small business at home. Diyan napapasok yung pag-persuade. Pag-persuade. Okay? Ito na yung pag-attract. So nakikita ka na ng ay pwede ko tong i-attract. Okay? So that is still part of art of questioning also. That's part of our lesson next week. Hopefully, kaming dalawa na ni Tutor Sam sa screen next time. Kasi mag-interview kami. Mag-interview Okay? Okay, if you were to interview ito I hope lahat nandito sa ating mga comments na mag-answer nito. If you were to interview someone in the community, who would it be and why? I will wait for your answer. Kung may gusto kayong i-interview, sino yon and why? Nag-interview, okay. Lahat natin na question. Anybody from the viewers natin, if you were to interview someone in your community, who would it be and why? Sino yon? Pakita. Wag na ng name, okay Yung na lang, title ng taong yon. Wag na mag-name drop. Okay? Pwede yung barangay captain namin or teacher namin, ganyan. Wag na mag-name drop. Anybody from the group, sino yung gusto mo talagang i-interview? Or pwede naman celebrity, pwede naman. So you will name that celebrity. Kung celebrity, wag na masyado sa election wag na tayo doon. Celebrity, kung gusto mong i-interview ng celebrity. Or sa community natin, gusto mo, sino? Anybody from the group? Hintayin ko yung answer nyo. Yung mga mabilis mag-type dyan, out of school youth, si Jess. Okay? Bakit Jess? Bakit gusto mo mag-interview ng out of school youth? Bakit mo gustong mag-interview ng kahit isa man lang na out of school youth? Para? Anong klaseng interview kaya ang gagawin mo? Persuasive? Yung gusto mong i-attract para bumalik siya sa school? Or pwede din informative? Anong gusto mo anong gusto mong information makuha sa kanya? Or selection, hindi naman pwede selection. Ay, pwede din kung mag-sponsor ka ng scholarship para sa kanila. Pwede naman. Okay, for a selection interview. Yes, anong klaseng interview yan? Anong klaseng interview ikakandak mo na? Sa isang out of school teenager maybe, or out of school person? Anybody? Yung mga mabilis mag-type? We only have a few minutes left. I would like to really know your answer to this question. Sino bang talaga gusto mong i-interview sa buhay mo before you get old? Tatanungin ko po siya kung bakit hindi siya pasok sa school. Very good. Informative interview. Gusto mong malaman kung ano yung dahilan. What are the reasons behind? Kasi ang dami, lahat naman talaga tayo, lahat ng mga choices natin sa buhay, may reasons. Gusto ni Jess na tanungin, bakit nga ba wala ka sa school? Bakit nag-quit ka sa school? Si Red Duban, gusto ko interview po yung barangay captain regarding po sa curfew kasi maraming minor age gumagala sa ating gabi. May curfew pa rin ba? Ay parang binaba na yung interview and curfew. Pero hindi pa siya lifted ha. I think meron pa rin. Yes. Informative pa rin yan, no? Or ano ba yan, nak? Informative or problem solving, Reduban? It's more on problem solving, no? Kasi that is a problem pag maraming minor ang gumagala pa rin sa ating gabi. That's correct. Okay. Ano ba talagang curfew cap? Okay, persuasive para hikayatin ulit sila na mag-aral. Yung mga out of school youth. Very good, Yermia. Si Aldrin naman, itatanong po ba, bakit hindi po siya tumuloy o tumigil po sa kanyang pag-aaral? Okay? Tapos i-persuade mo na rin na, balik tayo. Ako nga, nag-ALS. Si Enaira naman, actress, gaano kahirap ang maging actress? Parang, ang hirap, gaano kahirap maging maganda? Parang ganon, Enaira. Oo nga, no? Minsan, kahit parang ang ganda-ganda ng buhay nila, but you don't know the life behind the camera or the life after the shooting, no? Gaano pa kahirap maging actress? Parang sinasabi nila, gaano ba kahirap maging maganda at magiging famous? Informative yan, Inaira, no? Okay? Informative yan. Okay. Si Aldrin naman, tatanong ko, okay. Yes, problem solving sa Reduban. Okay. Si Aldrin, pareho sila ni... Ay, sorry. Iba pala yung napindot ko. Okay. Pareho sila ni Alden, pareho sila ni Diaz. More on out of school youth. Kapag mag-interview ka na ganyan informative, pag dating sa dulo, i-persuade mo na. Gawin mo ng persuasive interview. Okay? Dapat yung ano ka, and then papasok din yan sa problem solving. No? Kasi pag babalik yan sa school, babawasan yung mga out of school youth natin. No? Ang daming pumasok. Parang selection interview. Pwede naman sa selection interview, pag marami ka talagang nakitang out of school youth, tapos pasok sa criteria mo yung taong yun, yun, selection interview. Para hindi na lumabas sa ating gabi. Sabi ni Reduban, seryoso talaga si Reduban, na yung mga out of school youth na gumagala sa gabi. Okay? Problem solving. Okay? Okay, thank you so much sa ating mga viewers, no? Reduban, Yermia, Aldrin, Inaira, Diez, sino pa? Si Joy, if you're still there. Sharon, if you're still there, thank you for accompanying me sa hanggang, okay, medyo advance lang tayo, medyo early tayo, 10 minutes to 7. Okay, sino pang hindi ko na? Julie B, if you're still there. Nina, if you're still there, thank you. Okay? I want to see you again with Tutor Sam next meeting natin. Okay? So, may mga questions tayo. Ito is just an introduction to the whole thing about the interview. Okay? So, questioning tayo next meeting together with Tutor Sam. Okay? May questions? Okay? Thank you for joining in our class today. I hope to see you once again next meeting with Tutor Sam. Okay? Parang first time namin ni Tutor Sam mag-collab sa ating ETUlay. Okay? If you have brothers, sisters, kapitbahay, i-persuade mo na, interviewin mo, nahihirapan ka ba sa module mo? Or may problema ka ba sa module mo? Pag sabi niya, medyo hirap nga. I-persuade mo na agad na manood na ng ETUlay from Monday to Friday. Yan, pili sila lahat ng subjects meron tayo. Okay, para lalong dumami ang community natin sa ETUlay from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Kaya parating ako nagpapasalamat sa inyo. See you, Reduban. Yes. Aldrin, Nina. Yes. Thank you. See you next Monday. Have a great week ahead. Thank you for making your Monday. You started your Monday right with me, okay, with ALS tutors or with ETUlay, okay? Okay, see you. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!